Oh, we are live! How are we, lads? Come on, the footy! The footy spot! Guys, subscribe to the channel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah! The Cowboys win it! Woo! Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the NRL 2022 Grand Final review, where the Penrith Panthers have gone back-to-back. They are the back-to-back premiers. They have beat the Eels 28 points to 12 in the grand final in front of 82,000 people tonight. Penrith back-to-back. Dylan Edwards wins the Clive Churchill medal. I'm joined by Faraz to help me review the grand final. Faraz, good to have you on the channel once again, mate. Penrith, very dominant. The scoreline probably should have been more than what it was.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on, Nick. And yeah, like you said, it was all one-way traffic. Parramatta were never in that game from the start. Penrith were just too good tonight. I think they'll be pretty gutted that they let those two tries in. So undeserved, I reckon.
Yeah, 100%, bro. And I just want to mention real quick as well, I've had about 7 vodka cruises, so I am a little bit pissed tonight. I'm a little bit off my chops a bit, so I'm going to try and compose myself here and do this review as best I can. So, look, I had a great night. I have had a fantastic night. The grand final was always a great time, and, you know, I had a barbecue today, a bit like Paul Vaughan, having a barbecue and whatnot. So, it's been fantastic. Sausages and vodka cruises. You can't complain. Hello to the live chat. We've got about 29 people here as we speak. The chat's going to get bigger as the show goes on. It's good to see everyone in the live chat. Hello to Hill Fries, Electrical Dust, McGruff, CJ Moxley, TJC Sports is here, Aussie Mozzie, CJ Moxley, Yeet Boy. We've got Darren. We've got Minty Rabideau. We've got Tom Freeney. Mardale is here. Isaac NRL SZN. Hello, everyone in the chat. Hello, Let's Go Bulldogs. Jay Evans. Samson 6000 Edits. SS Storm Fan. Bugger me. Kino is here. We've got Bosky. Chat's going off their fucking head. It's amazing to see. William Pearson. Jason Reader. I can't even keep up. Chat's going fucking nuts, and I love to see it. Who else is here? We've got RJ, Hoosen. It's good to see. The crowd's going, the chat is going nuts. It's great to see. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure you like and subscribe. We are 27 subscribers away from 2K. Let's try and get there real soon. We want to get to 2K, so let's try and get there. Hello to Logan, live chat, Finlay as well. Hope you guys are all doing extremely well. All right. Let's get into the... Actually, before we get into the grand final review, sorry, I got to mention this. Faraz, yeah. Parramatta. They were in the game for probably 10, 20 minutes, but then they couldn't handle the physicality of Penrith, in my opinion. What'd you make of the first 10, 20 minutes of the game? One sec. Continue.
Well, it definitely felt like it was going to be a cracking game tonight. The intensity was definitely there from Parramatta, but as you know, Panthers just too classy in the end. They just set themselves up really well. I thought Parramatta went bad for the first 10, 15 minutes. They defended the line really well. They had a few good attacking moments, but all in all, they were just never in that game, really.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro. Look, I thought they were in the game for a while. I thought first 15 minutes, I thought, righto, yes, Penrith could. Oh, the first 10 minutes was really close. I thought Parramatta were actually getting on top the first 10 minutes, but then they just I couldn't hold on to it. But look, we're going to get into the grand final review now. We're going to go through the tries and all that. Everyone that's watching this live stream, if you can, share it around on social media. that would be much appreciated. Let's get as many people as we can in the live review. It'd be good to see a huge crowd. We've got 31 people here now, which is fantastic. But let's try and get the crowd to 50 plus people. Let's try and get it big. Also, I just want to mention real quick, I did have a giveaway where if anyone picked the score correct, they would win themselves an NRL jersey of their choice. The closest score was 28-10. It was 28-12. Someone had 28-14 as well, Penrith. So no one got it, but someone had 28-10 Penrith. And I think two people had 28-10 Penrith. And I think someone had 28-14 Penrith. So no one had 28-12, but it was very close. So unlucky. I might do a different giveaway in a couple of weeks or whatever. But wow. Let's just get into the grand final review now. We're going to go through it. And first 10 minutes, I thought Parramatta were actually on top with the physicality, with the battle for us. And then Stephen Crichton, mate, went over and scored the first try of the game. Stephen Crichton, bro, what a superstar. Liam Martin just went back on the inside, and Dylan Brown got caught in defence there, and Crichton went over and scored the first try. Pretty good start for the Panthers, hey?
Yeah, they found Godson lacking at the back end of that set, but look, yeah, it was a good start for the Panthers. I actually was shocked. I thought Parramatta were going to score first. I don't know if you remember this, but there was this one play where they kicked it on first, and where Moses was chasing it. And I think that's what impressed me. I thought, if Parramatta can defend this, they can get into good field position, they can put the pressure. But Panthers, as classic, Panthers has always been class. They calm, composed. They got that try through the middle, and then they exposed Gutherson. So, look, it was a good start for the Panthers, and that probably broke Parramatta because they were on top there as well.
That was weird, bro, because I think it was like the 7th or 8th minute. I think Parramatta got a penalty, and then I think they had a scrum or whatever it was, and they kicked it on tackle 1, Brown for Moses. I'm going, what are you doing? You're going to be 40, 30 metres out by the time you get to the 5th tackle. And they just wasted it, and I understand it to an extent, but not in the first 10 minutes. It was just crazy. And then, obviously, Penrith got that first try through Stephen Crichton. I mean, Liam Martin's run back on the inside for Crichton there was brilliant as well. Poor defensive from Dylan Brown, hey, for us.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know how he missed that tackle, but, Liam Martin just got through them, and he got Crichton into space, and then Gutherson, he missed the tackle. So, yeah, it was a frantic start for the Panthers. It was a shocking one. I thought Parramatta were over them, but, Crichton goes over.
Disappointing. Really disappointing try to concede, especially that early on in the game. Panthers go to a 6-0 lead early on, mate. And then Coruscant came on the field around the 15th minute for Moses Leota, which I think what happened was Yo went to front row and they had Mitch Kenny playing a bit of lock, which was interesting as well. And then Panthers went to the left-hand side, mate, and Brian To'o went over and scored in the corner. Mitchell Moses made a defensive decision. And Brian To'o went over in the corner there. Brian To'o, bro. If he's not the best winger in the comp, he's definitely in the top 5. What a superstar winger he is.
100%. His rise as well with the whole Panthers team has just come from nowhere. Like, I remember, he was just a normal, classy winger you'd love to watch as entertainment, but he's probably one of the best wingers in the comp right now, alongside 100%. Your Suwalis, your Coriolis, all that type of list and all that. But look, yeah, that was a nice try. Once they found Toya into space, he was all over for all money, and I think that's where Panthers started the rampage.
Yeah, when Toya scored that second try, I'm going, fuck. If Parramatta score next, this could get real ugly. Penrith go to a 10-0 lead, bro, after about 18 minutes of the game. Penrith were on the attack again. Parramatta went for a goal line dropout. Gutherson went for the goal line dropout, went for the short one, and it went out in the full.
Yeah.
I get it, but it's such a risk. I know Penrith were all over him, and Parramatta were in all sorts at that point, but you just gifted 2 points there to Penrith, right in front from Nathan Cleary to go up 12-0. It's a gift 2 points, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that just boosted the Panthers' confidence. I think as much because it's the grand final and scorecard pressure, I think Parramatta should just back the defense at least, but it is what it is. And then the Panthers, they got a free shot, and I think they led 12-0. I'm just thinking they're leading by 2 converted tries. They're going to go on a rampage here. Parramatta just looked shot.
I'm not sure about you, Faraz, but when the Panthers went up 12-0 for that penalty goal, I thought they should have just tapped the ball and kept going.
100%.
I had a shot. It was 10-0.
I actually thought Parramatta like dodged a bullet there because I thought like they looked so tired. It's like, how long can they hold this up for? I mean, Panthers, they were always going to come firing at them. So, yeah, I think Parramatta got away with murder there. Could have easily been 16-0, but, they took the two.
They would have survived 2 sets at most. They were shot.
100%.
They were shot. But it didn't take long after that, mate, because the Panthers were on their take again. Cameron Gillard gave away a 6 again. And then I think there was another 6 again or something going on there. And then Nathan Cleary put a grubber kick in for Scott Sorensen because Gutherson was caught in the defensive line. Sorensen went over and scored a fairly soft try.
Yeah, I was just thinking, where's the fullback? Like, they've actually done really well. They've defended 3 sets in a row. They look shot. Like, every time Penrith got the ball, you saw there'll be numbers out wide for a chance to score. Yeah, 100%. So, I think the way they let that try score, because I'm pretty sure if you look at last week against South Sydney, most of Penrith's tries came off kicks, and the wasn't fouled at the back. So, they obviously didn't do their homework, and then Parramatta just got caught lacking, as well as Gutherson. I'm like, you've got Nathan Cleary, who's arguably the best kicker in the game, and for that to happen, it's just so soft. And that's where the game was ended. Even though you never rule out any team against Penrith this side, 16-0 up in the grand final. Yeah, that was just a killer blow.
18-0 Penrith, bro, after 28 minutes gone. And I'm going, this grand final in the first half was giving me 2017 vibes of Melbourne versus North Queensland. It was giving me them vibes, bro. Anyway, Parramatta had a few chances before half-time. Sean Lane gave away an obstruction. What else happened? Jerome Luai with a dumb tackle, which gave Parramatta a chance. We get to half-time. It's 18-0 Penrith. And I thought to myself, Parramatta are lucky it's not more. I think Penrith had 65% possession in that first half, or 62%. It was huge. No? It was 60-something. 18-0 half-time, bro. I thought it could have been more.
Honestly, look, 18-0 in a grand final, that's a massive lead itself. But I honestly thought, the way Penrith were playing, I thought it'd be more. Like, I thought Parramatta would be lucky. Because Parramatta was still, like, even though, like, you most probably think that it's game over, there's still a chance, here. Yeah. They score first in the next half. So, yeah, I was surprised with that. But, it is what
all it takes is one try and you've got momentum.
100%.
Anyway, we get to the second half now, and Parramatta started the second half horrible. I think they made one or two errors in the first couple minutes there.
Oh, that Walker Blake error. The
Walker Blake one was a big one. Well, that was a big error. I think that was a tackle from might have been kick out. I think it was kick out. Kick out when Luai might have made the tackle. Walker Blake knocked the ball on, and then off the scrum. I thought they're going to call it back for obstruction because kick out on Moses, but Moses attempted to tackle him. He stuck the arm out, and then Brian Toto went over in the corner for a double. Brian Toto once again just does his job so well. What a freak!
Yeah, I mean, Toto scoring for a double. I mean, that's something that you see every day. Basically, Toto, he's just a try. He's always there. But I want to get your opinion. Do you think that was a try? The commentators saying that, or
I tell you what, bro. I tell you what. When I first watched it live, I went, oh, this will be no try for obstruction. Yeah. But then you go back and watch the replay. Moses stuck his arm out. He hit kick out stomach. That's a defensive read. That's a defensive decision. Moses got the read wrong, and it's their fault. They fucked that up, and they went over and scored. I have no problem with the try, bro. 100%. I thought it was the right decision.
Adrian Johnson thought that was like blowing up in the commentary box saying that, but I mean, Moses decided to go after kick out. He didn't have to go after kick out. He clearly saw what was wrong on the left hand side, but
Moses stuck his arm out like this, brother.
Exactly.
He stuck his arm out like that, and then he
went for the tackle. Yeah, he made a commitment to the defensive tackle.
Exactly right. Exactly
right. Yeah, I thought that was
the right decision was made. They got it right. Penrith 22-0. 48 minutes gone in the game when I'm going, well, it's over. Power's not coming back from this.
I honestly think after that, they didn't even try it 100%, honestly. It just felt like they had it.
They kept dropping the ball, bro. I think there was a couple errors there. I can't remember who made them.
There were a few bomb tries, mate.
Sevo bombed a sitter.
The one time he drops it, mate, every time he's scoring that in the corner, the one time he drops it is in a grand final. And even though Penrith on top, you just have to take your chances because you never know what happens. And that just
Sevo should have scored that, bro. I couldn't believe he dropped that ball. Sevo should have scored.
Yeah, and then Also, a shout out to Dylan Edwards. What a tackle! I mean,
Oh, what about that?
Bailey Simpson, he was charging in like Usain Bolt, but well, I mean, that just shows like Dylan Edwards' rise in 2022, and that's why those are the big plays. That's the tackle he's been wanting to make a headline for himself this year.
100%, bro. And you look at it, Sevo drops a sitter, which he probably should have scored. And then Simonson was gone with that break, right? It was absolutely gone. And then out of nowhere, Dylan Edwards pulls a fucking a Scott Sattler tackle.
Yeah.
It was like Scott Sattler on Todd Byrne. It was fucking fantastic. And Edwards stopped Simonson. Simonson would have scored if he didn't get tackled like that. And what a brilliant defense. Brilliant defensive tackle.
Yeah, look, brilliant. I mean, that's just the Panthers thing in 2022. Always giving 100%.
Fucking brilliant defense, brother. Brilliant defense. Penrith, what would it be, 22-0 at that point? Something like that. And then the Panthers go to the right-hand side, and there was a try to Charlie Staines in the corner.
Yeah.
I didn't believe in Charlie Staines, but he went over and scored in the corner. What a freak.
Yeah, there was a lot of doubts about Charlie Staines before this game, talking about his defense mainly, like
Did well.
Yeah, and he did a good job as well. Like, you got to give credit to him. He held his nerve out, and he deserved that try. It was really fantastic, and that's honestly, I mean, the game was already over, but that just added salt into the wins for Parramatta.
I've been criticising Charlie Staines for quite some time now, and I thought tonight he did his job very well, and he contained Sevo well. And that try was well deserved.
100%. He made some crucial tackles. You don't understand how hard it is to tackle Sevo. You only have to look about that play against Telesco. Yeah. So, yeah.
Bro, trying to tackle a big Fijian monster like Sevo was like running at a brick wall. Good luck.
It reminds me of Semi Radraja, bro, back in the days.
Oh, 100%. Anyway, Penrith are up 28-0, and at this point, we're all just looking forward to seeing who wins the Clive Churchill medal, and no one even gave a crap. And then there was a couple of late changes there. I think Jacob Arthur came on the field for Reid Marnie, and then Parramatta made a break down that right-hand side. I think there was a kick from Penasini, and Gutherson went over and scored under the post. I mean, good on Gutherson, but obviously didn't have a great game, Gutherson, but he scored that try. And Parramatta
there was no just. I think it was better that Parramatta scored because it would have been embarrassing being 0 on the score sheet.
Yeah.
Look, something for their fans to cheer about. Nothing much going their way. I mean, probably one of the favourite players going over. Look, Gutherson didn't have the best of games defensively, but he definitely did try tonight. So he kind of did deserve that try, but Penrith was just too tired at that point. They couldn't give a shit, honestly.
Yeah, 100%. What'll be 28-6 Penrith at this point. And then there was a late try. I think the Eels went down that right-hand side again. And then I think Jacob Arthur got a try off a lucky kick. Who on earth?
I swear.
Who on earth had money on Jake Arthur try?
Man, I'll tell you this. I was looking at Sportsbet last week. Jacob Arthur was paying $6 to score any time.
He would have been about 106 before kicking.
Out of all people scoring tonight for Parramatta, Jacob Arthur. I mean,
imagine a bet. Jake Arthur, last try score. That would have been paying anything.
I don't want to be too negative. I don't want to be too negative, but come on, Parramatta. If Jacob Arthur's scoring a try for you tonight, I mean, yeah, it kind of tells you a lot. And why did they decide? They decided to play with 5 minutes on the clock. Where was this in the last 15, 20 minutes?
Where was this in the first half? Yeah, ridiculous. Anyway, we get the full time, mate, and the Panthers win the grand final, 28 points to 12. They've gone back-to-back. The second team to go back-to-back since the 1992-93 Broncos. And the Roosters in 2018 and 19. So the Panthers have done back-to-back premierships now, a bit like the Roosters did in a couple of years back there, 2018, 2019. The Panthers, best team all year. They finished first. They lost, 4 games all year. They deserve the premiership. Credit to them. Just far too good for Parramatta.
And honestly, I think what makes this even better is that, like, with the Broncos and Roosters, when they won back-to-back, you kind of expected that, but apparently they came from nowhere. Like, 2 years ago, this side was probably average. You probably didn't even know who Nathan Cleary was back then. You probably thought, like, your average 21-year-old halfback playing first-grade 44 average Panthers side. But right now, I think they've lost 6 games over 3 years. It's incredible how it's just like they're like. I think they had to win tonight, and they did. They did that really well. I think they're right there up there with one of the greatest teams ever. And I don't know about you, probably not the best, maybe, but they're definitely up there for sure. I mean,
They're definitely up there after tonight, bro. It is so hard to go back to back, especially the modern era, bro. Just winning one grand final in the modern era is incredible.
it's hard
Just
enough. Yeah,
going back to back, it's hard enough. And
100%.
look, if they can win next year and go for a three-peat,
Oh,
mate, that's something special, man. Next year's going to be a big test. Obviously, losing a few players.
Happy Coruscant's a big loss.
They're losing Api Coruscant. They're losing Viliami Kickow.
Yeah.
They're losing. I think that's about it. I think.
Yeah, that's all right. But hey,
Still, what? Viliami Kickow's going and they're getting Luke Garner and what's that guy from Brisbane?
Zach Hosking.
Zach Hosking, and they're losing Coruscant, which means Mitch Kenny will probably start, and they'll bring probably Sonny. What's his name? Sonny Luke. He might come on the bench. So they've got so many good kids coming through. They're going to be fine. They're going to be up there again next year, probably top 4, top 2 again. Very hard to beat. So
you hate to say it, but like it's so hard to stop this team right now. I mean, I don't know when the dominance is going to end. And Nathan Cleary is still in his prime. It's scary.
Yeah, it's freakish. I'll tell you what I am looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the World Club Challenge next year now. The Panthers have done back-to-back, and St. Helens have won 4 grand finals in a row. So I can't wait for the World Club Challenge in February.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that over there.
100%, mate. Yeah, can't wait.
It's going to be absolutely fantastic.
Sure.
Panthers, they've gone back-to-back. What about Parramatta, bro? Parramatta have they've done well to get to this position. They did finish in the 4th place on the ladder. They had to do it the hard way. What do you make of Parramatta this year, bro? Have they done enough for you to say that they've lots of people are saying that they've failed this season because they lost tonight, but I'm like they've done well to get here. I think Parramatta should be proud. They really should. They should be proud.
Even though I think Parramatta's drought will continue for a long time now, it's definitely a pass. I mean, before they couldn't even make it this far. They choked in the semis.
Exactly.
They overcame that. I mean, I know there was controversy last week, but you still take what you get. They beat the Cowboys in Townsville. It's not easy winning there. And then, I mean, who honestly could have stopped the Panthers tonight? No one could have stopped them. So, look, I think Parramatta, they can't be too harsh on themselves. It's a past year, but their drought, it's still going to be a worrying factor for them. Yeah,
100%, bro. And full credit to Parramatta. They tried their ass off, but they just didn't have what it took in the end. Mate.
Yeah.
Before we wrap things up tonight, I want to go through each player tonight and give them a rating out of 10.
All right.
We're going to start off with the losing team, Parramatta. So, obviously, 10 being the best, 5 being average, anything below 5 is shit and all that. We'll start off we'll go in order. Clint Gutherson, bro, what would you rate him out of 10 tonight?
I'll give him a 4.5. Yeah. I think he deserves points for trying hard, but his defensive effort was poor tonight.
I'll give him a 4 out of 10. I thought he was average as fuck. Marcus Sevo, what about him?
I thought Sevo was all right, but I'm gonna give him a 4. I think that bomb try hurt him tonight.
I'll give Sevo a 5 out of 10. Tried hard, but definitely mucked up in some crucial moments. The other winger, mate, Wagga Blake. I'm giving him a 3. He was horrible.
Oh, same as you, mate. 3. And that drop ball as well at the start of the half. That hurt Parramatta.
Yeah. Will Panasini. I'm going to give Will Panasini a solid 3.5 out of 10. He wasn't great either.
I'll give him 3 out of 10. Nothing special.
Bailey Simonson, you know what? I'm actually going to give him a 6 out of 10. I thought he tried hard.
He's probably one of the better players, so I'll go a 5. Nothing too much to write about, but yeah. He had a few good runs.
Dylan Brown, for me, was terrible. Dylan Brown's getting a 3 out of 10 as well.
Probably give him a 2, mate. That was probably his most disappointing game all year. And he's definitely a better player than what he produced tonight, for sure.
Mitchell Moses, all he did was kick the ball down Dylan Edwards and Brian Tyler's throat. Mitchell Moses, for me, is getting a 3 out of 10 too.
Same. Moses, I mean, this was his game. This was his moment to take ownership and leadership. But he just looked lost out of the last tackle. It's like he didn't want the ball in his hands.
He was horrible, man. Regan Campbell-Gillard, bro, he definitely went missing. He was not involved at all. He was contained well. Campbell-Gillard's getting a 3 out of 10 as well.
Yeah, probably one of the best props in the game right now. I mean, he didn't really have any impact. I'll go 3 out of 10.
Junior Paulo, I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10.
I'll give him 4.5 out of 10. He was definitely one of the best. He tried tonight, but not much impact.
Reid Marnie, yes, he tackled like a machine, but he didn't offer anything in attack for me. Reid Marnie, 4.5 out of 10.
I'll give him 4. His defense was outstanding, but his attack, he had no glimpse tonight.
Sean Lane, probably one of their better players too. Did have a couple errors. I'll give Sean Lane a 5.5 out of 10.
I'll give Sean Lane 5 out of 10. Just
Isaiah Papali'i, I'll probably give him a 6. It's probably one of their best.
I'll actually give him a 7 out of 10. I think he was one of the best. And he had a say in 2 of the tries, I think. So, yeah, he deserves points for that.
You know what? I'll change it. I'm with you. I'll go 7 as well for Papali'i.
Yeah.
Maradoni Kore, he should have
started
the game. I'm giving Kore. I'm giving him a 4.
Nate, I didn't get that, though. That's what made me tip Penrith, sorry. Nathan Brown off the bench. Who's their utility? Jacob Arthur? Like, what was their bench rotation as well? So, yeah, Neo Kora, that was a poor choice from Brad Arthur. I'm going to give him a 2 out of 10. I did not see him tonight in action.
I'm going to give Ryan Madison a 6.5 out of 10. I thought he should have started the game. I thought he played well, Ryan Madison.
Yeah, he's a quality player. He's definitely Origin representative. But
100%, bro.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6 out of 10. He definitely tried tonight. Should have started.
Yeah. Nathan Brown, I'm going to give Nathan Brown probably a 5. He had some good moments. Nathan Brown, I'll give him a 5 out of 10.
I was going to give him a 4 out of 10, but then I just realized he's just come back after 12 weeks, so I think he just did enough, especially in the grand final, so I'll give him 5 out of 10.
Jake Arthur, I mean, off the bench. He came on with 4 minutes to go. You know what? I'll just give him a 5. Just give him a
5. He scored that try. I'll give him 4 out of 10 for that try.
I'll give him a 5. I can't stand him, but I'll give him a 5. Yeah. And Oregon Kafusi also played like shit. I'll give him a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, he's someone I think that's underrated. Does a lot of hard work, but tonight wasn't his night. I'll give him a 2 out of 10 as well.
All right, well, let's go to Penrith, the Premiers, and fullback and the winner of the Clive Churchill medal, man of the match, Dylan Edwards. I'll give him a 9 out of 10. He was probably the best player on the field.
I want to give him a 10 out of 10. Honestly, he did not do anything wrong tonight. I just don't think that. Yeah, I just don't think he put a hard wrong tonight. I think, especially with that tackle, that was a crucial tackle at the stage of the game. Yeah, so I think Dylan Edwards 10 out of 10 for me. He didn't.
I'll give him a 9. Charlie Staines, I'm going to give him a 6.5.
I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I think he definitely did better than what most people expected. Not a whole lot much, but for a guy coming in a grand final, his first ever grand final appearance, especially marking on Savo, some crucial tackles, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Scored a try as well.
Now, Brian Toto, yes, Edwards got the Clive Churchill. I thought Brian Toto was a little bit unlucky not to win the Clive Churchill. He had 2 tries and 299 meters. So if you're going to argue Brian Toto robbed of Clive Churchill, I think you've got a fair case. I'm going to give Toto a 9 out of 10 as well. He was freakish.
You know what was my favorite play from Brian Toto today? When he forced that dropout. Not his tries. When he forced that dropout, it was remarkable. I'm going to give Brian Toto a 9 out of 10. Simply outstanding.
He was insane. Isaac Tungo, or Isaac Tago, however you pronounce it. I'm going to give Isaac Tago a solid 6 out of 10.
I'm going to give him 6 out of 10 too. One of the most rising upcoming rookie players of the year. Yeah, so he's done his job really well this year. So 6 out of 10 tonight for him.
Stephen Crichton. I'm going to give Stephen Crichton a solid 7. He was good too.
I'll give him a 6.5. I thought he should have been involved a little bit more, but yeah, he did his job really well. He scored a try as well. So
Jerome Luai, I'm going to give him a 6. I thought Luai was actually quiet tonight. I don't think he was that involved. He definitely could have done a lot more, Luai. I thought he was a bit quiet, but did his job.
Yeah, especially on those last plays. I don't think he had much creativity in him tonight. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. He looked dirty with his running game, but yeah, those final passes not going up to mark.
I'm going to give Nathan Cleary a solid 8 out of 10. He was very good too.
Well, Nathan Cleary, he's a big name player. such as the big games except Origin, mate. But I'm gonna give Cleary. I'm gonna give Cleary a 9 out of 10.
I'll give him an 8.
Second, mate.
Moses Leota. I'm going to give Moses Leota a solid. I'll give him a 7.5 out of 10. I thought Moses Leota tonight had a fantastic game there in the front row, bro. So Leota for me, 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, that first hit as well, that intensity he's showing. He's so underrated, Moses Leota, because there's a thing with 4 stars in that forward pack. So I'm going to give Leota an 8 out of 10. Well, simply consistent this whole year.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic tonight. Mitch Kenny. I'm going to give Mitch Kenny a solid 7.
Yeah, Mitch Kenny, he did his job. He did what he had to do. I think he started the game, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. And
actually, I might change it. I'm going to give him a 6.5 out of 10. But yeah, he did start the game.
Yeah, I'm going to give him 6 out of
10. James Fisher-Harris, the bloke was everywhere. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 as well.
I mean, if that doesn't prove that James Fisher-Harris or someone else didn't deserve it over Panthers for a year, I don't know what can convince you. I mean, the bloke was 100%. Just his defense, his attack, his pressure on Moses all night was simply incredible. I mean, for me, he probably should have won prop of the year, but that's just me. Fisher-Harris for me gets a 9 out of 10. Simply outstanding. So consistent.
Viliami Kickout. I'm going to give Kickout a 5.5. I thought he was quiet.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm going to give Kickout a 6 out of 10. I still think he did his job really well. There was a lot of pressure created, but yeah.
Fairly quiet though, wasn't he?
Yeah. Could have done more with the ball for sure.
For Viliami Kickout standards, back row of the year standards, definitely quiet 100%. For his standards. Liam Martin for me is getting a 7.5. I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah, Liam Martin 7 out of 10. He's so underrated as well from Penrith. There's just so many big name players you can start like. Yeah, Liam Martin, nobody really knew him last year, but now everyone knows him, and he's going to definitely be there for playing for New South Wales in the upcoming year. So Liam Martin, 7.5 out of 10 for me.
Isaiah Yeo, again, best lock in the game. Excellent 100%. Performance from him. Isaiah Yeo, 8 out of 10.
I'm going to give him 8 out of 10 too. I mean, when does he never step up? He's always playing in the big games. He's consistent. You can honestly argue, aside from Nathan Cleary, he is the most important player.
100%. 100%. Api Coruscant, bro, off the bench. Api Coruscant for me is getting a solid 6.
I'm going to give him. I was tempted to give him 7, but he had a few soft errors, so I'm going to go with 6.
Off the bench, mate, Scott Sorensen. I thought he was excellent. Scott Sorensen for me, 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10 too. I mean, yeah, he's been consistent. He does a good job off the bench.
He's a freak.
100%.
And Spencer Leniu as well. I thought Spencer Leniu was fantastic. I'll give him a 6.5 out of 10.
I would give him 7 out of 10, man. I thought he did his job really well tonight. Control the middle.
And the last player, that weak gutted dog, James Kalman.
Yeah, he had a few good tackles. Yeah, it's hard to judge him really. He had a few good tackles, but I'm going to give him a 3 out of 10. I don't think he did anything wrong tonight.
I'll give him a 4. He played about 12 minutes.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
All right, well, mate, I don't know about you, but my top 3 players from the grand final, number 3 for me is James Fisher-Harris. Number 2 is Brian Toto. Number 1, Dylan Edwards. But you could argue Edwards and Toto if you wanted.
Yeah, well, for me, number 3 has to be James Fisher-Harris. Bloke was everywhere, had a lot of pressure created on Moses, and that set the tone. Number 2, I'm going to go Brian Toto, probably the best winger of the game. You can argue all top 3 for sure. Always consistent. And number 1, Dylan Edwards. What a rise has been for Dylan Edwards. Like, he's not like a lot of people say he's not your Tedesco or Gutherson, but this guy just adds a lot of consistency, and he's someone I would want on my team. And that tackle on Bailey Simonson,
unbelievable.
It probably won't be counted like that, but it probably will be, for me, the most important tackle of the year. Probably the best tackle. I mean, Bailey Simonson was crashing it as well. I mean, Edwards to take that tackle and drag him to touch. I mean, that just classified him as a player this whole year.
100%, bro. Well, mate, do you think Dylan Edwards is the well-deserved winner of the Clive Churchill medal?
Oh, 100%. I mean, there's something to choose from, but Dylan Edwards has been consistent all year. He deserves this. He deserves recognition.
If Brian Toto had got the award, I would have had no problem.
100%.
If Dylan Edwards won the award, which he did, I've got no problem with it as well. I think they were the best 2 players on the field tonight. All right. That might wrap up the review, mate. For us, thanks for taking the time out of your night to come on the grand final review, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, mate. Cheers for having me on. Can't wait for next year. I mean, congratulations to the
World Cup
Panthers.
coming
I
up in a few
mean,
weeks.
oh, 100%. That'll be fascinating too. I'm going to back my Kangaroos as well. Hopefully,
Yeah,
a few other teams give them good competition like Samoa and Tonga, but just have to wait
yeah.
and see. Can't wait. Thanks for having me on,
All
mate.
right. Well, mate, thanks for coming on. Everyone, make sure you go and check out the Final Siren podcast. Everyone, make sure you guys go and check that out. I've been on there. I was on there the other week there. It was fantastic. But everyone, I hope you all have a fantastic night. Like and subscribe, share around. Have a good night. The Penrith Panthers are the 2022 premiers. They have gone back to back for the first time in the club's history. Anyway, guys, like, subscribe, share around. See you guys in the next one. Panthers win 28-12. Dylan Edwards is the Clive Churchill medalist. Anyway, have a good night, everyone. See you guys in the next one.